Welcome back once again. You have reached PayDirt. I'm your host, Brandon Harriet, aka PayDirt, here with your host, Pay. What's good, Pay?
Hey man, I can't call it, man. It's freezing. Is that a good word? It's freezing.
Yeah, I got to drive to Cleveland in some sleet today. That was fun. Enjoyed that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I decided to don the colors since my boys are going through it. For those of you listening and not watching, little block M's going on here. Not a great look for Mr. Sharon Moore.
Going through it in more ways than one, and in all of the ways was a no-no.
So you going through it, the team is going through it, the coach is running through it. Two different things.
He ran through the jungle, so to speak.
He ran through it, all right. Yeah, it is what it is. Tim Lyons, who's going to be the new coach? Right now, breaking news. After the show, Pay is jumping on a bird headed to Ann Arbor, Michigan. You know what I mean? Maybe could work out.
Yeah, we didn't get a full term as a black head coach in Michigan. Somebody else has got to step in.
Yeah, and listen, I've seen some of your social media posts and those great looking dinners and cocktails. I'm telling you, on the recruiting trail, you trouble. Know how to wine and dine, baby.
I will bring you some 5 stars. I'm gonna take some 5 stars to a 5-star restaurant, and we gonna sign a deal. We're gonna get it together.
Yeah. And it's not as bad of a look either, if your coach is single and likes to mingle. Could be a good fit. Who knows? Last week, I apologize to the people. I had a little health scare. I'm glad to announce it. I'm feeling good. I'm doing good. It was a little touch and go there for a hot minute. So a little visit to the hospital, say hi to some friends, and then got straightened out, and here we are. We're back. So I missed a lot of people last week on here, the homies, running through the jungle, and I'm back on those this week, and I'm excited for it. I'm feeling better than I have in quite some time, so we're ready to rock and roll on that. Now, I wish our picks felt better. From 2 weeks ago, we were 2-4. Got us out. We were teetering on that professional gamblers mark, getting close to that 58%. We're back down now to 52% and change. So on the year. So we need to finish here with a bang. We've got 4 regular season weeks left of the NFL, and we are now in the college bowl games. So you're going to see, you're definitely going to see some slim pickings. I'll say slim pickings with the college games. Fortunately for us, I like most of them. I think we got some good things to choose from here. Oh. All right. Pay, you got the games up here, I see. We're going to start off with the tradition. Thank you for your service, ladies and gentlemen. Army, Navy. Tim, if you're still out there in the live chat, plug your ears on this one, because I'm taking the Navy -6 here. I think they got too much firepower for Army. I don't think Army could score enough points to stick with them. I think the midshipmen here get the rare 2-point win. 2-score win in this game. I think they win by 13 because somebody will miss a field goal or go for 2 or do something weird. Pay, you got any thoughts on this game? Pay, you are frozen, my friend. All right, we're going to continue to bloviate here while Pay tries to figure out his sitch. He is out and have to come back in. So I am going to go ahead. This is what happens when you do a live show, folks. This is real live show. This isn't fake live show. So I will go ahead and get my DraftKings up here. We'll take a look at it, and when Pay jumps back in, good to go. All right, so we're on a sportsbook.
So I was asking B.
Yo, there he is.
How often is this game decided by 2 scores?
Not very. I said
Not
it's
very
rare.
often. Wow. How the mighty how the mighty have fallen. Yeah, I'm gonna ride with you on this one. I like Navy. I think Navy's an actual football team. No disrespect to the guys in Army, but Navy's just a class better. And I don't mean that anywhere else outside the football stadium. I definitely 6 points is not high enough. In fact, I think this is a fairly easy bet. I feel like we're gonna keep this one around towards the end of the parlay.
Yeah, I like this one. I think it's like I said, 13-point game is kind of what I feel here. But listen, the push-ups, the pageantry, the flyovers, the everything about this with our military, it's a pretty awesome game. I like to watch it, even when it ends 6-3 in some years. Still good game.
Oof.
Still fun.
Is it?
Yeah, well, you know,
fun. Yeah, okay. I'll give you fun. Is it a good game? Woof.
Might need an extra cocktail for a 6-3 game. All right. Next on the docket, we have the LA Bowl. We got Boise State versus Washington out La La Land. So 2 West Coast teams staying out on the West Coast. Over under 52.5. And what we got Washington favored by here? 6.5? 9.5?
9.5 there, B.
9.5. What are your thoughts on this one, Pay?
So let me tell you what I'm thinking about this one so far. So as far as this game, this is really the only game that really piqued my curiosity this weekend with college football trending, going into the playoff mode. I like Boise State as an underdog. 9.5, give me that. I think Boise State was going to treat this game as a don't disrespect me again type game. You know what I mean? They're going into the Pac-12. I'm not mistaken.
Pac-12's gone.
Not that
Big 12.
Not the Pac-12. Big 12. They're going to the Big 12 next season, right?
Yep.
So why not put everybody on notice early? I believe they have very, very few seniors and super seniors on this squad. I think majority of this team is going to be returning. This is one of those games in which you can do a lot in one, reshaping the direction of your program as they head into a Power 5 conference.
Yeah, Washington, look, they've had a little bit of a Jekyll and Hyde, lots of ups and downs in their year, and no more injuries to key people, especially than any other teams out there. It's been an odd season for me for Washington. I feel like the quarterback's been hyped up a little too much. Unexplainable loss to Wisconsin 13-10. Really one that sticks out. They've beat up on some bad teams and scored some bigger numbers. I think Boise State started off a little bit a little troublesome the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season and have righted the ship since then and have been playing their best ball late. I don't dislike that. I also like the under a little bit here, under 52.5. Now, you know me and unders, so it's not something you need to put on the slip. Just keep it in the back of your mind. But if you want to throw that Boise State on there, I'm good with giving that a ride.
Let's do it. I think we both agree with that. Boise State plus 9.5 on the slip. All right. Saturday. Well, actually, no, that's the last Saturday game. You gotta go to Tuesday for the next one. But if we're gonna skip all the way to Tuesday, we might as well talk about Sunday then, right?
Oh, I don't know. Let's get this college game out of the way. Then we can,
you like this
take
one?
a quick break and go to the pros.
Okay.
Do I like this one? I love this one. One of my favorite games.
Wow.
Troy -3 against the Jackson State. What was this
Jacksonville
State? Yeah.
Yes.
Which even worse, right? So I think I like Troy in this one. I think they've got a legit passing attack, which is unusual for that mid-major, right? And I think it's going to be hard for Jacksonville State to play through. Now, this one, I'm going to take Troy -3 in the Veterans Bowl.
Okay. All right. Troy -3 in the Veterans Bowl. Is this one of those bowls that Notre Dame said they're too busy to participate in?
No, that's a much nicer bowl than that.
Oh, the Meineke Bowl.
No, it was a different one.
Holiday Inn Bowl?
No. Yankee Pinstripe Bowl, maybe? I don't know. The bowls could be coming to an end as we know them.
Oh, yeah. What's the point of them? What is the point? People, you got all the good kids, all the good talent, rather, is opting out of them.
Pop-Tart Bowl.
That's a good one, yeah. But yeah, all the good talent is opting out of the meaningless bowls. They only serve as a commercial for whatever sponsor they are. And I think now you have the playoff system, I think ADs are more resident to fire coaches who don't make the playoffs, especially if they keep expanding the playoffs. Hey, you don't make the playoffs. Why do I care? Why am I giving you a bonus for showing up to a bowl with 6-win season? Get out of here. I can see it. The argument's there.
And the calendar, if the NCAA doesn't fix the calendar, they're really screwing the pooch when it comes to their bowl games because of when the transfer portal opens, closes, when the recruiting is over, when you have to fire a coach in order to get your recruits going. Like it's an absolute mess. So if they don't fix it, I think they're actually helping make them obsolete. So it'll be interesting to see going into next year what the bowl system looks like, what the calendar looks like if it stays the same, and how many teams are going to be in the playoff next year.
And how many coaches can leave their playoff-bound team to go to another playoff-bound team in the middle of the season. They got a lot to do this offseason.
Some weird stuff. But all right, listen, it's a short-lived college group here, so we're probably going to have more time spent on the pro group, but we might as well go ahead and break here so we go straight through the pros. I don't want to break in the middle of the pros, so you're going to hear some words from our sponsors while we take a quick break, and we'll be right back after these messages. And you are back with PayDirt. We have gotten our college games out of the way. We're going to get into some pro games. Tomorrow night was a tough one for me, man. You talk about, I said it earlier, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now, tale of two seasons. The first half of the season, Baker Mayfield in running for MVP, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are running away with the South. Second half of the season, Tampa Bay Buccaneers can't find their footing, and Baker Mayfield looks like the Baker Mayfield that was dealing with injuries in Cleveland, and he is dealing with injuries right now. Obliques don't seem like a fun time to try to throw with, but yeah. And I know it all too well, as I took a BTA in our fantasy football last week from Mr. Pay Saunders. Thank you for that, Pay. I had a decent week. Baker did let me down. Emeka Buka did let me down. But you had one of the better weeks in our... As a matter of fact, I think 2 out of the top 4 scoring weeks this year were you and Tate both against me. So, thank you for that.
You're welcome. It's a season of giving, B.
Yeah. So, hey, you're down there with these dirty birds in Atlanta. What are your feelings here as the Atlanta Falcons traveled down to Tampa Bay to play the Buccaneers? We got Buccaneers still favored by 4.5, over under 44.5. And that's just what? Kirk Cousins is the only reason why they're favored?
Pretty much. Tampa Bay has came back to earth a little bit since their hot start earlier in the first 6 weeks of the season. Injuries to Baker, injuries to Emeka, injuries, a long injury to Bucky Irving.
Mike Evans,
Chris Godwin, a lot of injuries. Tristan Wirfs was injured as well. They've dealt with a lot. So that's also explains why their spread is the way that it is. And Atlanta, to their credit, they should have fell off the face of the earth when Penix got hurt and they had to resort to starting Kirk Cousins. But they haven't. They're still competitive. And as this being a division game, those division games tend to trend even more competitive than the normal games. So be aware. Obviously, Tampa Bay is still leading this division just by a hair over Carolina Panthers. And they're a lot better than Atlanta. Atlanta's heading back to the well, no, they don't even have a first round pick next year. Wow. Oof, they suck. Well, Atlanta's going to be bad for a little while now, but beware of this game. This game might trend a little closer than you would assume just based on where Atlanta is and where Tampa is. Now, with that said, I do have some props from this game that I am circling on. If you indulge me for a second there, B.
I love it.
So the first one I want to start with those passing props. We've got Kirk Cousins sitting at 210. Get that out the way. 210 I kind of like for Kirk because I do expect the Atlanta to have to pass the ball a lot in this game. His average so far, as you can obviously see right here on the left, is 140.8, but 200 against the Tampa Bay defense, I kind of like that. In fact, I would actually bet this down. That's why I said 200. I'll bet it down to 200, even 200, just so I can feel good about him clearing that. What do you think?
I don't mind that one. Baker's getting his weapons back, but I don't like his 240, 230. I don't know. I mean, last time he threw for 240 yards was November 9th. His last, he hasn't broke 200 in 4 games.
Yeah, interesting you say that. Emeka Ibuka, who was trending to be the runaway favorite for offensive rookie of the year, since he got hurt, he hasn't been the same. He's been 20 yards, 30 yards. He hasn't been that type of dog that he was in the first 6 weeks of the season as well. So again, tread lightly dealing with this Tampa Bay offense, even though they are getting some guys back. And I do want to talk about one of those guys that just came back 2 games ago, right? Bucky Irving.
Bucky.
His line is 58.5 rush yards. 58. Well, his line is 70 right now for rush yards.
Plus 125.
Yeah.
His line probably closer to 60.
Let me come on down here. Where is it at? Well, anyway, in this right here. So 60. You're right. So we got it at 60 right now for minus 129 for Bucky. I feel confident in that. In fact, I would actually bet it up to 70. That's how confident I feel about that.
Yeah, I think they're going to try and rely on him with Baker being a little more inconsistent. I agree with you there. And if you look at the matchup here with the Atlanta defense, the Atlanta pass defense is pretty good. Their run defense is where I think they can take advantage of them. So I think they're going to try and get a steady dose here of Bucky Irvin, and probably take the training wheels off of him since he's got another week under his belt. Michael Irvin is questionable. Or excuse me, Mike Evans is questionable. Michael Irvin is ready to go.
Yeah, he's gassed up.
He's gassed up.
If you get what I mean. Now, if you feel a little wary about Bucky Irvin, I mean, his I believe third game back from that long injury. Even though he's gotten a lion's share of the running back snaps ever since he came back. If you feel a little uneasy about that, do what I do. Take the rush plus reception yards. They do throw the ball to Bucky. Even though he's not the best receiving back they have on that team, he does get into the passing game offense. It's just a little way to, he's going to be involved in the offense. So a little bit of a hedge, if you will. They have that line at minus 111 for over 90 yards. I still like that. You add another 20 yards on top of the rushing yards. I still like that. In fact, if you even want to bet it down to 80, minus 169, it's not bad.
No, I'm good with it.
All right. So in the other one I have for this game, now this one I'm probably going to get some blowback because he is an enemy to the fantasy community. And he's an enemy to the gambling community, Mr. Kyle Pitts for the Atlanta Falcons. What a physical specimen. Soft hands, good build, incredible speed for a tight end. But he just never seems to realize it in a production way, right? His line right now is sitting at 60, over 60 yards. Well, no, 50, I'm sorry. 50 yards for this game. He's averaging 48.5 so far in the season. Two-part question. Against the Tampa Bay defense, that is kind of porous. How confident are you that you can get 50 yards?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be him or Darnell Mooney, right?
I'm way more confident in Darnell Mooney.
And Darnell Mooney has big playability too, right? I think that's where the yardage to me might come in. I think Mooney might hit a home run. You know what I mean? He might be able to get most of his 60 yards or 40 or 50, whatever he's at, on one play. I don't know. I kind of like Mooney.
Yeah, I would definitely take Mooney instead. Just on his line is what, 40 yards. So I mean, I feel better with that than I do with Kyle Pitts because Kyle Pitts has a penchant of letting you down. So if anything from Atlanta side, I would take Mooney. In fact, I would even come down to the receptions. Kyle Pitts receptions at 5.5. Mooney is at, am I missing? They don't even have him on the board. Oh, no, here he is. 3. I mean, 3 catches. We expect Atlanta to be trailing in this game. 3 catches. Even with Bijan Robinson getting a lion's share of the offensive touches, you can't get 3 catches.
Robinson's catches are 5. To answer Tim Lyons' question there, he's at 5 plus and has minus 132. Yeah, I don't know. I like Darnell Mooney's yards a little bit more than catches, but I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. I think he can get the catches. If anything is for certain, I think he can get a 25-yard reception here in there. Put your mind at ease, right?
Yep.
All right, let's move on. You got anything else from this game, or are you leaning any way in particular? Falcons.
I'm good on the actual. Yeah, on the actual game, man. Both these teams. I don't know what I'm getting week to week. I'm I'm mitigating risk and staying away from that.
Got you. Sunday it is, then, B. Sunday it is. First game on the board. Cleveland Browns, Chicago Bears, the Battle of the Orange.
All right, tell me why I should give up the hook here, Mr. Chicago.
A lot of things about this game. So the Browns coming in at 7-point dog. Over under is 39.5. It is going to be minus 20 in Chicago at kickoff.
Damn.
Yeah, we saw it's going to be colder than it was for that Packer game, and we saw a helmet explode in that game. So you might see players actually breaking half this game. It's going to be so cold. So with this game right here, I not only do I like the Bears at 7.5, I would move that line. I would buy it up, buy it down. It doesn't matter. I like the Bears all the way around. The reason being is, one, we already know the Browns struggle to get over 20 points. They've scored 20 points last week on the Tennessee Titans' terrible defense, and that was the second time they got over 20 in the last 25 games. 2, they have a 5th round draft pick playing quarterback for them. No disrespect, Shador. Facts are what they are. 3, his number 1 receiver is Jerry Jeudy. Jerry Jeudy, just a guy. Not very explosive. It's going to be a game in which you've got to run the ball. Another rookie, Quayshawn Junkins, going to have to do his thing against this Bears defense. Now, the Bears defense can give up some yards. But going against an offense that is led by 2 rookies, I like the Bears' odds in that battle. On the Bears side of the ball, they have a little bit more. In fact, this is probably one of the few games this season in which they've had the upper hand as far as offensive continuity. Caleb Williams, the offensive line, is one of the best offensive lines in the game, if not the best offensive line of the game. So if you want to take a look at the props on Myles Garrett's sacks, we can definitely do that. But it's definitely going to be a watch for see what he can do against that offensive line. You see where they at? I don't see the defensive props.
I don't see him on. I was looking at the same thing. I'm looking right now on the app, and I don't see the defensive props on the app either.
All right. Well, take a look. We'll keep an eye out for that as it get closer to game day. Well, you want to see what those lines look like for Myles Garrett getting the sack. He's still 3 away from breaking the record that should not be in Michael Strahan's possession. In fact, I think TJ Watt has that record all by himself. So that's the first bet from this game that I would pay attention to, where the line is for Myles Garrett getting a sack. If I had to bet, I would think he gets 1. If it's over a half a sack, I think he gets over that half.
Yeah, I think he gets a sack. I agree. Yeah.
As far as the game, as I already said, I love the Bears taking care of business. 7. The Bears average 26, 27 points on the season. Cleveland can barely score 20 if they even get close to 20. I think that's fairly easy for this game. I think the hardest part of this game to debate about is that total. 39.5 and that inclement weather.
Yeah.
It might come down to just being a battle of wills as far as whose rushing game is better. And I will take the number 2 rushing attack in the league, the Bears.
The Bears, 10 points out, 8 receptions, 114 yards, and a touchdown for Fannin last week. Fannon's been a very good player for them. And it seems like Shador looks for him as well. I just don't trust it with the cold weather.
Correct.
It's rough.
All right, you got anything from this game there?
No, I don't want to watch this game. I don't want to bet on this game. No offense to your Bears, but it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably not going to be the most entertaining thing. Well, let me not say entertaining, but it's not going to be the most pretty thing you're going to watch on Sunday. And if you are watching anything on Sunday, please don't go outside. It's going to be cold all over the Midwest and most of the East. Speaking of the East, we have a battle for number one in the AFC. Well, actually, it's not really a battle. I think New England's pretty far away ahead, right?
2 games, I think. 8,
Yeah,
8
that's
14 as well. So,
that's pretty far at this point of the season. Well, if New England wants to put a stamp on closing the window on the Buffalo Bills era, they can go a long way and go ahead and sweep them for this season. B, where you see this game?
I don't think Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are quite ready to just crown the New England Patriots. I know the New England Patriots have played very well this year, but I also know that the New England Patriots have had a very favorable schedule. One of the worst winning percentages right now of teams they've played so far to this point. Not just this season, but all seasons. So I don't know, man. I like the Bills to come out here. They know how to play in the inclement weather. I think they score a little bit too much for the Patriots here. I like the Bills to actually win this game, man.
Really? You're going to take them to win?
Minus 1.5, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to disagree with you there, B. I like the Patriots to I like them to win, obviously. As an underdog, that's at home. I kind of like that. That's really, in fact, I would bet it up just to give me even more juice. just to even cover my bases, I would bet it up to maybe 7.5, right? Because even if the Buffalo Bills mess around and win, they ain't doing it by more than one score.
I don't know. I'm not touching that, man. I think the Buffalo Bills are going to play. I think they're going to play their best game of the season. This game. I think they're going to be firing on all cylinders.
A better game than the 6 touchdown game that Josh Allen had a couple of weeks back.
Yeah.
Better than that. Oh, yeah. Wow. Put that on. Put that
as
on
far as a team game, yes.
All right. I think New England's just a little bit more physical, a little bit more. I would dare say they're coached better, and they're coming off a bye. It doesn't smell good. I think the Buffalo gets swept here, B. But you all know the rules. We disagree. It does not hit that parlay. B, where should we go next? We got your Jets playing Jacksonville Jaguars, who had a tremendous win last week. Or we can go talk to this AFC North matchup. Where should we head next, B?
I'm gonna tell you the Jacksonville Jaguars Jets game. I don't have interest in. The Texans Cardinals game. DraftKings has finally figured out that I'm taking the Texans the last 3 weeks, so they made this a minus 9.5. It's a little rich for my blood. The Baltimore Ravens Cincinnati Bengals game. I don't know what to think of it, man. There seems to be some animosity going on in Cincinnati right now.
With the just vibe is very unhappy with Joe Burrow and the rest of the team, and I think they're not coming out and saying it, but I think there's some angst there towards the coaching staff a little bit. Some of the things that are going on there. So I don't know, man. I feel like I want to take the Ravens here, but it'd be just like the Cincinnati Bengals to win the last 4 games of the year, to go to 8-9 and just get a middle of the pack
draft pick. I feel like it's just what the Cincinnati Bengals would do.
That would be hilarious. For me,
so, I'm not touching. Push away.
Baltimore got robbed last week. B. I don't know if you saw that in that game between the Ravens and the Steelers. They got robbed. They won that game. That was as touchdown as clear as day as I've ever seen it. I haven't seen somebody get robbed since Dez and the Cowboys got robbed in Lambeau.
Dez Bryant and Megatron were my two worst.
Oh yeah, well, Megatron didn't catch that.
He did.
Different opinions.
I'm starting to hear some bias.
I think Baltimore comes out pissed off because they know now more than ever that they lost a golden opportunity to wrestle the division away from everybody else, the Bengals, the Steelers. But now they have to once again play catch up to those Steelers. They have no choice but to, it's nut up or shut up time. Shout out to my boy Caleb Williams. They got to handle business. I think they win this game by 10 points.
Maybe.
And you, all right. Maybe it is. Anything on those Derrick Henry props?
Nope.
Got it. Philadelphia Eagles, losers of 3 in a row, hosting the Vegas Raiders. In or out?
Out.
Kansas City Chiefs, who one of our homie, our other homie, just refuses to stop believing. Shout out to Journey. They are hosting the LA Chargers. 5.5 favorite for the home team. Total 41.5. In or out?
Man, couldn't join you guys last week, but I was able to get in the chat and talk trash and told you the Texans were going to end the dynasty. Boop, over with. Here's what I do like about this. Chiefs aren't playing great. Chargers are playing so-so. Chargers defense right now, I would say, is probably the best advantage in this game as far as offense, defense, special teams. So I think the Chargers defense is playing well enough. I like them to keep this within a 4-point game. So plus 5.5. I like the Chargers. I think this could be a 21-17, 24-20 kind of game. That's what it feels like to me, a 23-20 game. I think it's a field goal or a 4-point game. I think the Chargers cover.
I have no faith in the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, I can't take a victory lap because I called this 2 years ago and they went to the Super Bowl both them years. But I've been telling you they were trending down. I've been saying it. Everybody, they're trending back towards the pack and the pack is getting better. It just so happens that I was 2 seasons early. Not only are they not winning by 6 points, they're going to lose this game.
Ooh, tell me there's a guy from UNC that you like in this game.
They wear powder blue. That's close enough.
Omarion Hampton.
Yeah,
good return last week. Good return last week.
Yeah, he is. And he's going to stick another nail in that coffin. I'm with you, B. I got Chargers to cover.
All right. The Commanders are at the Giants, and we apologize if anybody gets stuck with that on your TV. It's your fault for not paying for the Sunday ticket. You know
it's
what I mean?
definitely your fault.
Like,
It was on sale. For the first.
Out of there.
It was for $50, man. It was right there for you. I mean, and there's no Jaden Daniels again this week. So
yeah, they shouldn't have tried to rush him back after 7 straight losses. You could probably just let the guy heal completely. Green Bay Packers at the Denver Broncos. 425, probably the game of the week. All paper.
Am I a hater?
Yes.
On my bias, if I say,
Oh, my bad.
if I say the Broncos at plus 2.5 is my underdog lock of the week.
Lock? Yeah, that's yeah.
That's hate.
I don't mind it. I don't mind taking the Broncos here. I mean, hell, we've seen the Packers lose to the Browns this year. You know what I mean? Like
They lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, they're able to put a doo-doo up at any point in time. You're playing in Denver. You know, the Broncos are probably going to try and muck this one up. Like the Packers passing attack is really predicated on throwing the ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I can tell you about the Denver Broncos, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to stand in the pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an interesting matchup. When you say, you know, styles make fights, I like this game because I like the way the styles match up here for these two teams. Because of that, I'm a little uneasy about who to take here.
So based on what I saw in the game last week, Bears versus Packers, the Packers do have a weakness on their offensive line. They've done some reshuffling along the offensive line all season. The Bears just couldn't exploit it because the Bears struggle with getting to the quarterback with 4, so they had to blitz a lot. And blitzing is one of those things that turn Jordan Love on. He is extremely good against the blitz, and he picked the Bears apart every time they went blitz, every time they showed blitz, every time they had to go, every time they went man, picked the Bears apart. All of his touchdowns were against that type of coverage. The Broncos, they don't struggle in those departments. They have the guys that can get to you. Nick Bonito, Alex Singleton, and the rest of those guys, they can cause some serious damage. For 2, their man coverage is some of the best you can see in the league. Patrick Surtain, he cuts that all off. And they run a very unique, disciplined system of man and zone coverages. Toyotathon is not going to look the way it has looked over the last few seasons in this game. I like Denver as an outright win here, as a matter of fact. Packers are due for a loss.
You're going to take that juice plus 114?
I call it, man. It's a lock, bro. I'm taking this every which way. I might even do some teasers on this.
All right, Indianapolis Colts at the Seattle Seahawks. Old Man River in the building, but I don't believe he's going to be active for this game. The Seahawks.
I cannot believe that.
Because the Indianapolis Colts don't have a quarterback, are minus 13.5 point favorites. That's a little too rich for my blood. I'm definitely not okay with taking Indianapolis Colts in this and putting my ducats down. But I'm not gonna take Seattle minus 13.5. Do I think they could cover it? Absolutely. Am I going to? No, because as soon as I do, Sam Darnold will go out there and throw 3 picks. That's what he does.
Do you think that Irsay, the late Irsay, left more than just the football team to his daughter? Do you think he also left the key to his
stash,
to his drink drawer? Yeah, to his stash. I didn't want to say drug drawer, but you know,
stash. We'll just call it stash. It can be whatever you want.
Yeah. Do you think he also left the combination to the drug drawer and Miss Irsay got into that? Because that's the only thing that explains signing 40-year-old Rivers 5 years out the game to a contract.
Did you see him talking today?
I did not. Well, did he sound like a grandfather?
No,
because he is.
You don't even have to hear it. You got to look at it. It's pretty funny. He's got a soda drinker's face now. Okay, he got a little bloated.
Yeah, does he have a soda drinker's body? A little Chris Cody, a little Zaslow.
It's a little closer to that than it is a professional quarterback. Let's just put that.
Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of concerns I have about outside of this game. if you go in that direction. If you got to go sign a soda drinker, a grandfather at that, to play quarterback, that tells me, one, Anthony Richardson's done in this league. Two, that kid from Notre Dame, he's probably done in this league as well. And that means
Leonard
for this
hurt
game,
he hurt his knee last game.
Yeah, I think his leg is broke, right? Still. And to that point, the general manager probably done in this league because he didn't do what he needed to do. And this is the best of all options. What type of offensive attack can Indianapolis Colts muster in this game if that's the case? If you don't think Philip Rivers is going to actually play, and if they do put him out there to play, it's probably a crime against the elderly at that point, right? If they don't have a legit quarterback in the National Football League, what type of offensive production can they produce? Can they keep a game close enough to not get beat by 14?
Jonathan Taylor.
He's come back to earth. Somebody's got to put enough fear in the defense to not have 9 guys in the box. Jonathan Taylor's a bad boy, but he can't beat 9 in the box.
If he does, he goes to the house, though.
Yeah, he does. The Seattle Seahawks, I respect their defense. So I don't know, B. I think 13.5 is a good number. I think Seattle can do that.
Possibly. Too rich for my blood.
I got you. That's a disagreement.
Listen, same thing with the next one. I think San Francisco can cover this one, but do I want to put money down on minus 12.5?
It's the Tennessee Titans. Now I think that's cake. But again, disagreement. Let's keep it moving. So now we have an actual good game. One you've actually got a little bit more skin in the game with. Detroit. Yep. Trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, going to the number 1 team in the NFC. Los Angeles Rams. Yes, I said that. Number 1 team in the NFC, LA Rams. Line is 5.5, total 55.5. There's a lot of 5s on this line. B, how do you feel?
The over-under, I think they nailed. I really was hoping it'd be 52. I think 55.5. It's going to be 54, 56 in that area, I think. So I'm off of that one. But Detroit has struggled in pass defense. Early in the season, Aiden Hutchinson was getting to the quarterback. Recently, he's had a harder time getting to the quarterback. His pressure rate is half what it was the first half of the season to the back half. With Brian Branch now out with torn Achilles, he was their best player on defense in my mind for this season. I'm going to take the Rams here minus 5.5. I think they cover this. I think they win by 10 or 14.
I'm with you there. Brian Branch is a huge blow for them. That's their captain of their secondary, right? And you need your captain of your secondary, if no other weeks, when you got Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua running around out there. Before you know it, both of them be booty naked in your secondary, causing all type of havoc. Matthew Stafford hosting the team that drafted him. I think he has a winning record against them since he's been traded, right? I think he's 2-1, something like that, something in that
right.
neighborhood. 55.5, interesting number. I'm with you on the score there. The Rams covered at 5.5. I'm with you there, but that 55.5 total, I like the over.
I think this could be a 34-21 game. I think it could be a 31, 24-27. It's going to be so tight on that. I'm not confident.
Okay. All right.
If you put a gun to my head, over. But
No need for sports violence there, B. So let's test your confidence on this. Saints hosting the Carolina Panthers, who have a slight share of the division lead. Again, I was 2 seasons early on another team. I said the Panthers are going to be good. So I can't really take a victory lap because I was that early. But smile like a proud dad. Anything on this game?
I like the Panthers here, man.
Yeah.
The Saints have gotten me recently a couple times, including the last week. But for the season right now, they're like 4-8 covering the spread. So I think the Panthers win this game and by more than a field goal.
Yeah, Carolina, the Cardiac Cats. Let's get the field goal. I don't care. Game-ending field goal to put you up by 3. I like it. Just do it. All right. So we've got the Sunday night game and the Monday night game. Vikings need to win out to remain hopeful for the playoffs. Same thing for the Cowboys. There's only one game separating them. The Vikings are 10th in the NFC playoff picture. The Cowboys are 10th in the NFC picture, and the Vikings are 11th. B, the line is 5.5, total 47.5. I'll tell you where I'm at with this. I don't know where CeeDee Lamb is going to play yet since we're doing the show on a Wednesday. CeeDee Lamb left the last game with a concussion. Concussions tend to be one of those things you can't predict, right? No one's concussion recovery is the same. With the Cowboys being 6-6 and CD having that type of season where he's been in and out of the lineup, had drop issues, I would not be surprised if he does, all right, hey man, let's come back next year. One of those situations. It would not shock me, which means this game is going to lean heavily on Pickens, Javonte Williams, and Jake Ferguson. And to that end, I like Minnesota to play, and that plays into Minnesota's hand. They can keep it more honest. Now, can JJ have a repeat performance from last week? Absolutely not. He's playing a better defense. Even to say that, Dallas Cowboys is a way better defense than what the DC Commanders offer. So 5.5. I'd like this game to be right at that line, right in the 3 to 6 range. And 5.5 is right there to be where I would actually put the money on the underdog. How do you think?
It's a very tough line for me. I like some matchups in this game, but unfortunately the props aren't released yet because they're waiting to hear what CD does. Regardless CD Lamb plays or not, it actually probably give you better juice if he does play. I like Jake Ferguson here. Really interested in his numbers. I couldn't find the lines earlier. I don't think they have the receiving props for this game because
not yet.
Because of the injury. So I like Jake Ferguson here. I would look at his yardage. I would also look at his receptions. I'd also look at his anytime touchdown. So that's where I'm at with it. That's probably my biggest interest here. Other than that, I'll take your advice.
Do you think JJ McCarthy throws an interception? Minus 174 for 1.
It's not enough juice.
Yeah.
If it was plus 174, I'd be all over it.
Yeah, I think he's good for. The numbers stay. He's good for 1. I like him to throw 2. But yeah, let's move on to the final game of the week. We got those. Where are they at? Oh, right here. The Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So
how's that the final game of the week?
Isn't this Monday Night Football?
Oh, is it? Oh, why do they do that to us?
Yeah.
Why would they do that? What did we do wrong?
The Steel Curtain deserves his Monday Night Football.
All right.
Oh,
I will be in bed early Monday night. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
the line is 3. Total 42.5. Now I'm staying away from that total just because I've seen the offenses from both of them. I told you all on the homies this last Friday, the Miami Dolphins is a running team now, and that's exactly what they do. Even though Devon Achane is a blur, they will run the ball. That means the clock is going to run. The Steelers, that offense is 3 yards in a puff of smoke. I do not foresee a lot of scoring in this game. However, I can't even tell you who's going to win this game. I don't know. Crazy things happen when the Steelers are on TV, especially with the Dolphins. So I'm only interested in this game as far as props.
Rushing props.
You know, I'm going right there to it. Devon Achane, his prop right now is 80. 70, actually.
Go up. Go up. Let's see what we got here. 90. Give me a little more juice. Ooh, yeah, that's it.
So for over 100 yards, Devon Achane on.
Give him a bill.
Plus 214. That's some good juice. And I think he can. You've seen. Tell me, how good is the Steelers' rush defense?
Not good would be the layman's terminology.
It would be the nice thing to say about it, right?
For sure.
Coming into week 14, the Steelers were giving up 5.3 per carry to running backs. Devon Achane, as I already said, he might be the fastest running back in the league. I would like to see him and Jahmyr Gibbs race, but I like those odds. Again, as I said earlier, if you want to hedge your bet a little bit, just take the rush and the receiving yards together. I mean, Devon Achane, he is involved in the receiving game. They got his line at let me see,
probably 100.
Yeah, at 100.
No, a little bit over 110.
110. Yeah, 110. That's. Come on, I like 110 for the total yards, even. But if you want to get some juice on it, you got to go to 130 for plus 160. I think those are safe. I think those are pretty safe bets.
I agree with the Tim Lyons. He says Achane is going to get a Benjamin. I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we got some work to do. Whittle down time.
Let's do it. All right. Let's start. We've got 12 on here. It's not the most picks we've ever had. Let's start with Navy.
Same game parlays?
Oh, yeah. Let's get those out the way first. You know the rules. Same game parlays get nixed first.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do.
3 and 1. But there you go. Now we're down to 9.
Thursday Night Football takes the axe because no one had cojones enough to take the game, actually. So Thursday Night Football is out for us. So let's start off with Saturday.
I like Navy.
You got
on principle, I want to bet that game, right?
Mm-hmm. I like Navy too. I think that's again, what are we doing? Mitigating risk. I think Navy is as safe as they come. So I'm gonna scroll on down. Boise State plus 9.5 against Washington. We also have Troy -3 at Jacksonville State. Those are our only 3 college games for the weekend. Do we have a determination on those, or we want to come back to them after we look at the NFL?
I want to nix. I want to look at the NFL right now.
Mm-hmm.
And out of these 3 right here, I would nix the Ravens game.
I agree with you. The Ravens -2.5 against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Bengals are playing better right now. We just saw what they did to the Ravens on Thanksgiving night. I don't expect a repeat performance, but you definitely could get it.
My whole argument for the Ravens was emotion, and emotions don't win you football games. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take them out. So that brings us down to 8. We got to get rid of 2. We got the Bears minus 7.5. We got the Chargers plus 5.5. We got Denver Broncos plus 2.5. Rams minus 5.5, and the Panthers minus 2.5. B, I can tell you right where I'm at with what's the most riskiest out of those I just named. And it's going to be those cardiac cats. Division game. The Panthers, while they have they're 7-6, I believe, on the season, right? 7-6, or 7-7 actually. They're right there with the Tampa Bay Bucks for the division lead. However, they've won games they had no business winning, and they've lost games that you expect them to lose. This is a game I expect them to win against those Saints, and the Saints have been playing better. I don't know. I expect it, but I don't know. I would take this one off.
Yeah, let's take that one off. The other one that I think, so that gets us down to 7. We need one more off. Now, here's my question: Denver Broncos plus 2.5 at Green Bay, Green Bay at Denver. That one versus our other 2 college games, Troy and Boise State. Out of those 3, where do you find the most risk at?
Well, Denver has the better juice, so that's one. The riskiest here is obviously Boise State being a plus 9.5. That's a big line. We don't have a lot of faith in Washington. However, it is bowl season, right? Teams do tend to just mail it in.
And 3 or 4 times this year, Washington's put up over 40.
Yeah.
So you want to take the Boise State off and leave 4 NFL games?
Why not? I mean, that's 6, right? So if we look at juice, we got plus 4,481 on our parlay right now. The Rams to cover the 5.5. Broncos cover their plus 2.5. Chargers cover their plus 2.5. You got the Chiefs. Wow, we let that one stick. The Bears cover the 7.5 at home. We let the Chargers stick against the Chiefs.
Yeah, why would we?
Exactly.
That's 5.5, right?
Yeah, because we have no faith in those Chiefs. Chiefs Kingdom, done. Troy minus 3 at Jacksonville State, and Navy minus 6 against Army. B, I'm good with this. I like it. Let's win some Christmas money. How about it?
What was the first NFL game right underneath Troy?
Bears 7.5.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the one, guys.
Nope. The Bears are gonna handle that business. Bears are handling business, B.
Oh, Tim Lyons has breaking news here. Moore has been detained as of a minute ago in Michigan. Detained. That's interesting.
Interesting phrase. Detained.
So was he arrested?
Wow.
Because I didn't know cheating on your wife was I don't know. I'll have to do some digging into that. I'm not gonna get into reckless speculation. I'll leave that.
We don't have any.
Tim.
We don't have the music for it anyway. So
yeah, no imaging.
No imaging for reckless speculating. I don't have that on my notifications, but yeah, that would be interesting if that is actually true.
Yeah. And more
can't
to
wait,
come.
Can't wait for that Michigan podcast, B.
Hey, which leads me to this. Check me out next Monday. I'll be on Level Up talking about the Michigan Wolverines fiascos. I'll be on about 15 minutes of running through the jungle. And Friday we'll be on with the homies. Yeah, he's arrested, so I don't know what he did. Is the staffer 17?
Well, is 17 illegal in Michigan is the question.
I think it depends on the difference between the age gap. So I would say yes in this one.
This is what happens when you cry on national TV.
Yeah, whatever. Let's just go ahead and get Navy -6, Troy -3, Bears -7.5, Chargers +5.5, Broncos +2.5, Rams -5.5. Cash the ticket, 6 for 6. We're due.
Yes, we're due. Let's go.
And where will they find you next, Bay?
As always, I'm at the Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. We have some interesting things coming up. We're going to review. Obviously, we always review Bears games. The White Sox did just get the #1 pick in the upcoming MLB draft, so there'll be some content coming out of surrounding that. The Bulls season is off to a tremendous and hilariously bad start. Check out those episodes dropping every Tuesday and live on Monday. But also special, we're going to be reviewing the Super Bowl Shuffle, that documentary that released through HBO Max, and one of my personal sports heroes. He has a 30 for 30 coming out tonight. Stuart Scott. Can't wait to get to that and review that as well. We're available everywhere you get podcasts, as well as YouTube. Frustrated Chicago Sports Fan channel. Don't be late.
I dig it. And then again, we'll be back here again next Wednesday. I don't plan on visiting a hospital between now and then, so we should be back here next week. Please come check us out as we reach PayDirt.